So today's video is top 10 worker placement games. So if you're new to the channel, this is Two Sheep One Wheat. My name is Krissy. If you're into board games, like this video and subscribe to the channel. And if you're ultra into board games, we have added members to the channel where we learn all of our board games before we make content on them. And I just want to say a big thank you to all of the members who have already joined. So like I was saying, today's video is a top 10 of all of our worker placement games. So we'll start off with number 10. Nick did make this list. I hope I'm putting it in order. I would say we are, because this number 10 spot would definitely not be my number 1 spot. So number 10 is Honeybuzz. Honeybuzz is a very cute theme. And again, we have played all of these at 2 players. Some we've played at 3, and I think some we've played at 4. All of them have all worked really well at all of those player counts that we have played them with. So Honeybuzz, very cute theme. You're a little honeybee and you're working around. It's got really cute squishy honey that you can play with. And well, like I was saying, this whole list is worker placement. So you've got a bunch of little busy bees going out all over the board, trying to get you honey so that you can take it to the market and make some victory points. So that is number 10. Number 9 is Creature Comforts. Creature Comforts is another worker placement game. Very cute. You've got your little woodland kind of creatures that you're placing out on the board. You're using dice to place them out so that you can actually go to those locations. You're basically trying to get resources so that you can make yourself a little bit more comfortable so that you can go into hibernation. So, and the whole board is very cute. This is a very cute looking game. I feel like everything on this list is going to be kind of cute, except number 8, I feel like. Number 8, Origins. Not necessarily a cute looking board. I think the whole wheel dial thing is very cute. I have made a video on this, and I'm going to say it again. Take Sharpie to that wheel and color in where the dice are on the wheel that you use. It makes a world of difference because it's all the same color and you can't even tell, you can tell, but barely, what the die number is. So that's my one tip for Origins. Get a Sharpie on that little wheel thing on all of them. But this one is pretty cool. You are placing out your little workers out with your dice, and all depends on what number they are, what you'll be able to do on the board, and really just another game. You're trying to collect some victory points with this one, but a lot of stuff going on the board, a bunch of different ways to win the game too, a bunch of different strategies. So that was number 8. Then we move on to 7 is Anachrony. Anachrony is a theme that is pretty high up there for my favorite themes. This one was a lot of fun. This sat on our shelf for so long, but this one was really fun. It's kind of like a sci-fi, kind of spacey theme, the way that you're moving around on the board, how you can maneuver your way. You got to kind of purchase different people and they do different thing on the board, but they also have these like exosuits, which is really cool that you're placing the workers in, like the scientist and I can't remember what the other ones are called, but you're basically put them in the little exosuits and they go out and they do a bunch of different ways to be able to kind of move around the board, get different things, like lots of strategies with this too. This is probably like a heavier game too to be able to play. We got all the expansions for this game too, not that we've played with any of it, but even just the base game is a lot of fun, and I can just imagine, oh no, we have played with one of the expansions, and I did like what it added. I think it added an extra board. I feel like it's been a little bit since we've played Anachrony, and it might be time to get that game back out. So that one was number 7. Then we move on to number 6, and that is Cryo. Cryo is, I think the colors is what drew me to it. The colors of the board is really cool. This one too, there's a couple of different things that you can do. I feel like there's only really one strategy, if that makes sense, to be able to win the game. Like, you're either good at the game or you kind of suck at it. It's really neat how the whole game comes along. It's a really nice looking game, and the components in it are really nice too. Plastic, and again, the theme right up my alley, spacey, sci-fi kind of game. So I really enjoyed this one. Really enjoyed it. We haven't gotten to the table in a while, so it's going to need to come back out. So that one was number 6. Then we go on to number 5, which is Lost Ruins of Arnak. Again, this one is also a deck building game as well. Not the only one on the list, but Lost Ruins of Arnak is a really nice looking game too. I think, like, I really enjoyed the base game, but I think the expansion, I can't remember what it's called right now, but the expansion adds different player powers. So all of the different characters that you can play as now have their own abilities on them. They really take depending on which character you're playing as, all of them take all of the different strategies that you can use throughout the game. It really pushes you towards one direction, which is what I really like. They all have their different abilities and they all come in handy throughout the game. So I'm really enjoying that expansion for this game. A lot better than just the base game, but you get to explore everywhere, and it's kind of neat the way that you use your cards too, so that you can either use it for resources that are on there or their abilities, or you can use them to travel onto the map. The whole round system is really neat too, so you have 2 different types of cards, and as the rounds move on, one deck gets lesser and lesser while the other one gets higher because of the way that the game progresses. Those are the ones that you're going to be needing a little bit more towards the end of the game. So Last Ruins of Arnak is a really fun one. So that was number 5. Then we go on to number 4, which is On Mars. On Mars is another spacey sci-fi game. This one was really fun, the way that you can go out into space and then you can go back in, you can kind of like terraform it, basically. So this one is a Lacerda game, and it's a huge game, a lot of fun to play, different strategies that you can play around. We played this one at 3 players and it worked out really well as well. And we've also gave this one a go at 2 players, a lot of fun. And the board, I don't know why I compare this one to Terraforming Mars, because it's like, it's not the same. It's not the same. Nick's going to watch this video and he's going to be like, why'd you say it was the same? It's not the same, but to me it feels like the same because it's Mars. But this one is a lot nicer to look at than Terraforming Mars. That's my thought on it. So that one was number 4. Then we go on to Everdell. Everdell, we have played Everdell so many times. YouTube really likes to push our playthrough video for this one. It is a terrible playthrough video. I did not do very well at this game. Halfway through the video, it's basically Nick just playing solo, is what it is. But this one is really nice. This one is also a tableau building game too. So you're basically putting out your workers. Every season you're going to get new workers. You're going to be able to collect some of the benefits off of your cards as well going through the seasons. And you're basically putting out your meeples out, your little workers. You're gaining some resources to be able to pay for the cards, your little friends that you're going to be collecting. It's a really cute looking game. Everdell has my favorite resource ever, which are the berries. They're squishy. And they're my favorite because they're pink too. But yeah, Everdell is a really fun game too. Really nice to look at, and it's got a really nice tree that you take your cards from. And I don't know, you give me a 3D part, and I think that makes a great game. So that one was number 3. Number 2, this is our other worker placement deck building game, which is Dune Imperium. Again, another one of my themes that I really, really like. I don't know if I could pick. This was Dune and Arnak were one of my first, I think, 6 videos when I first started the channel. Those videos are terrible, but if I didn't start there, I wouldn't have started, right? But yeah, Dune, definitely more up my alley. I think Last Ruins of Arnak is a cute looking game, but Dune is a really nice theme. Going around, lots of different strategies to be able to play with this one too. You can go around, you can make frenzies with all the different factions. There's a place where you can battle it out. Not my typical strategy when playing a game is diving into battle, because I'm not that type of person either. It's way too chaotic for me. But this one with the expansion too, this one really played, I think that the expansion pushes the whole battle at the end. So that kind of pushed me towards it as well, because it becomes a little bit more powerful, because it adds something else to the game with the whole, the ship. I can't remember what it's called right now, but the whole ship that you can add to the battle. So I think that really pushes it that way. But I also think that with the expansion, they kind of fixed a couple of different things. Like it almost felt like the base game was actually just missing something for me. But the expansion really helped with that. Just kind of added a little bit more. I think it was like a little bit easier to get things. You got more spice. And you were able to do more things, I found, with the expansion. So that was number 2. And then we go to our favorite number 1 worker placement game, and that is viticulture, because it's wine. That's it. That's my reason. That's all. It's wine. The way that you collect the wine, how you make wine, it's the whole process. There's a lot of strategy to this game, and it's a lot of fun. It's nice to look at too, and the way that you're moving around, and it's basically like winemaking, like in real life, right? Like you get to plant your grapes, you get to pick the grapes, you get to squash them, you get to make them into wine, and how you are tracking your wine with the little clear, half circle thing is really neat too, so you can keep track of it that way. I would say that this one is a harder game. Like, I feel like you're not doing a lot until like at the end of the game, and that's when things start going, because you've got more grapes that you can pick, you've got more cards that can help you out, a lot of that stuff. So the whole way that the game comes together is really, really good. Stonemaier did a great job with viticulture. So anyways, that is the top 10 worker placement games that we have. Hopefully you enjoyed this list. If you enjoyed anything that I've said about any of the games, definitely take a look at them. So hopefully you enjoyed this video, and I will catch you next time.